Hey everyone, Jeff Stone here with day 96 of the year 2015 at magicreviewed.com. Today we're looking at the Changeling gimmick, and here's one of the ways you can make the change happen, and it's pretty darn visual if you ask me, and here goes. That's it, and that's just one of the ways you can do it. They don't all look like that, but that's just one of the ways you can do it. And by the way, I changed it into a $1 million bill. There's nothing else. There's no stuff in your hands or whatever. So this is the Changeling, put out by Titanus Magic, and my Marc Lavelle and Martyn Rowland are the creators of the gimmick. And there's several different ways to make the change happen based on where my camera is and everything. That was the least awkward one to do. Now, that change I just did can be done completely surrounded, so it wasn't like I need a certain camera angle to do it. It's just the fact that I'm using a mounted camera and you have to be able to see it. Some of the other ones are in the hands, but it'd be really awkward to do it up here in my hand like that. So that's why I chose to show you that one. Anyway, the changes can be visual or not visual. That one was a visual one. I actually came up with one that I kind of like that goes from the folded dollar bill and then just you basically shake it open and the whole bill is changed into the $1 million bill or whatever. But I tried to show it on camera, and I have to hold the bill in a weird way that I couldn't get it in the frame right, so I just said forget about it. Anyway, but that's the idea. So if you like that effect and you like the way that looks, then this is pretty much a no-brainer. The ad copy, 100% dead on accurate, and in fact, if anything, they actually undersold it a little bit. There's one statement where they're talking about an effect where a bill changes and then the spectator's signed bill ends up in your wallet, and in parentheses it says card to, as in card to wallet, when in reality you don't even need a card to wallet to pull it off, and they teach you a way to do that without using a card to wallet gimmick. So if anything, they were erring on the side of, in your favor, which was making you think, well, you'd probably have to buy a card to wallet, when in reality you wouldn't even need to. Most businesses go the other way. I wouldn't say most, but a lot of advertising these days would go the other way, where they'd say, no, you don't need a card to wallet, and you really do. So these guys did a great job. So the gimmick construction took me about 20 minutes or so, it's an arts and crafts project, but once you're done, you're done. And there's one other special something you need to make it work. You have to supply your own bills, but they supply you with those special somethings, and they supply you with enough of them to make 4 gimmicks. And these special somethings I'm talking about, they're not something that's disposable. These are something you could reuse over and over again. So if you ever take your gimmick apart, you'll still be able to use these things to make another one. You don't have to ever buy more unless you lose them, or you want to make more than 4 gimmicks. So if you're going to make this gimmick, you will have to sacrifice 3 bills. So in my case, I had to sacrifice 2 $1 million bills and one $1 bill, because it changes from a 1 to a $1 million bill. So if you were going to change like from a 5 to a 20, you'd have to sacrifice 2 20s and a 5. Okay, so whatever you're changing to, you'll need 2 of them. So that's a little memory peg to remember it. So if you're changing to a $100 bill, you're going to need 2 $100 bills. And then whatever you're changing from, you only need 1 of those. From sort of rhymes with 1, I don't know. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about how you might use this. Now, the reason I use $1 million bills, and the reason I bought, you can buy 100 $1 million bills for $15 on eBay if you find the right seller. Don't pay much more than that, otherwise you're getting ripped off. I've seen guys selling 6 or 7 of them for like 10 or $15. The reason I bought these is because I'm thinking about making up, a Hundy 500 gimmick, or you know what I mean, the Patrick Page thing where you turn paper into bills, or $1 bills and $100 bills or whatever. I'm thinking of doing that, and I don't want to sacrifice whatever $500, $600, $700 bills to the gimmick to where I can't ever spend that money. I'm not that rich, guys. So I thought it'd be fun to change $1 bills into $1 million bills. It also gives a reason for changing them back, because $1 million bills aren't real. So to me, I just thought that was a great presentational way to do it. So I bought a bunch of $1 million bills. I now also use those to construct all my gimmicks I get for review stuff. And so in my case, I had to sacrifice two $1 million bills, which is no big deal, and then just a single dollar bill. I could have just as easily made this a blank piece of paper turned into $1 million bill. Then I wouldn't have to sacrifice any actual money at all. There's also, you can make a check turn into money. You can make a lottery ticket turn into money. You can make a bill that is a different color and a different shape than your currency turn into your currency. This gimmick is very clever. Now it's not like the gimmick does all of that. You have to pick one. So you have to decide, okay, I'm going to, have one gimmick that turns 20 pound, notes from the UK into 20 American dollars. The 20-pound note over there it's a different color. It's like orange or something. And of course, the American money is green. And I think their 20-pound bill is a different size and shape. You can still totally do it with this. You could change. And again, you have to choose which way you're making the change happen. You can't. Your gimmick doesn't go both ways. It only changes from one to the other. So I can't change this back to a dollar bill. I can only change from a dollar bill to this. So now on the DVD, I don't know if it's on the ad copy or not, on the ad trailer, but he has effects where you have two gimmicks. So in my case, I'd have one that goes from a 1 to a million, and then another one that goes from a million to a 1. And you do gimmicks where they trade places or something. So the one you saw where the guy's holding the glass and the bills in between there, that's the one that uses two of the gimmicks. But again, he gave you enough to make 4 gimmicks, so you're covered there. You just have to spend the money on the actual bills to do it. So that's really all there is to it, guys. It's a pretty easy thing to construct. The gimmick looks great. It works great. It's the kind of thing that you could carry in your wallet and use anytime you want. And there's several different routines taught. There's 3 main ones taught, but there's several different ideas and handling ideas and just sort of suggested things that they sort of discuss back and forth or whatever. But they teach very clearly from start to finish 3 specific routines. And one of them's it's the kind of thing where you borrow their 10 and you have your 5 or something, and you put both of them in their hand and you take one out, sort of like a copper silver kind of a thing. And then you say you take the 5 out, that means they're holding the 10, but then you make the change happen. Now this is a 10, they open their hand and now it's a 5. There's that one. There's the one where you put a £5 note or $5 bill in the glass, the guy's holding the glass, and then you're holding a $10 bill. The guy shakes the glass and you do the change in your hand, and now you've got whatever was in the glass and he has whatever's in your hand. And then the last one was the one where they sign the bill, and I can't remember exactly how the routine goes, but they sign the bill, and then you have them hold on to the bill, but then and there's another bill involved. I can't remember. I'm muttering this one. Sorry, guys. Long story short, it's very similar to the one where you have the 2 bills and they have to guess which one you took out. But in this case, their signed bill ends up in your wallet. So sorry, I totally muddled that one, guys. But anyway, those are the 3 basic effects. So if any of those sound interesting to you, even the one I butchered there, or you just can see using this gimmick, because it's very, very smart and very clever, and it's very effective. It works very well. So this is one I actually am putting in my wallet, and I will be doing because I actually have a routine that I want to slip this into, and the $1 million bill thing works perfect for the particular routine I'm doing. So there you have it. I don't know what else to say about it. If you don't mind, you're going to spend $30 on the DVD, and it's an hour and a half long. I mean, they cover everything. And then, so if you don't mind spending the $30 plus however much money it's going to take you to make your gimmicks. So like I said earlier, the one that you're changing to, so in my case, $1 million bill is what I'm changing to. The one I'm changing to, I need 2 of those. And the one I'm changing from, I need 1 of those. Here's the other kicker, or caveat, I should say. So in this case, I need 2 $1 million bills and a $1 bill. The $1 bill and 1 of the $1 million bills are destroyed. They're permanently destroyed. You'll never be able to spend those ever again. You will, this one, if I took the gimmick apart, I could spend it, if this were real money, I could spend this one. But, so if you had a 5 that changes to a 20, you'll have to sacrifice a $20 bill forever. You'll never be able to spend it again. and then you'll have to sacrifice the $5 bill that you're changing from, that you'll never be able to spend again. But the other $20 bill that you're changing into, you will be able to spend that again if you disassemble your gimmick. And I guess technically, if you disassembled your gimmick, you could tape it back, to tape the destroyed bill back together and maybe be able to spend that bill too. So maybe you're not permanently out. I hadn't thought about that. So anyway, there you have it. That's it for this one, folks. 5-star stone status, capital G, capital E, capital M, exclamation point, which is the highest rating I give out. And having a lot of 5 stars lately, that's a good thing. The actual star rating average, if you go to magicreview.com, I have now an average of star rating of everything I've reviewed on the site, and it's been sitting at 3.71 for a long time. It bumped up to 3.72 yesterday, so we're heading in the right direction. Anyway, time for you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and listen to the random iTunes song of the moment, which is, oh yeah, Taylor Swift, Enchanted, from the Speak Now album. Sorry guys, I have a lot of her stuff on my playlist, and I like her music a lot. Deal with it. Maybe tomorrow we'll get some Metallica or Megadeth or Maiden or Scorpions or something. Anywho, that's it for today. Tune in tomorrow, day 97, where we're going to be looking at excuse me. Wow, it just snuck up on me. Daniel Meadows' Cerberus wallet. Every time I read this, I say it wrong. The Cerberus wallet, I believe, is how you would pronounce that. We'll be looking at that tomorrow. So tune in then, folks. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then. Peace out.